Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you fine, Joanne.
So does that mean if everyone hears me, if you hear me, Jonathan?
I believe so. Yeah,
perfect.
They should be able to hear you as well.
Perfect. Wow, this is my first WebEx in the WebEx world, so I apologize for any mistakes that I make today. And hopefully we're going to have a great WebEx chat together. There's a couple names that I recognize on there, so I want to say hi to everybody. But so the super ways to support families who are relocating. I didn't come up with this. This is Jonathan. So super ways, I'm not sure how super it'll be for you today. I'm sure all of you are already super at what you do, and I may or may not bring anything new to the table, but you know, let's hope for the best. So starting off, can everyone hear me okay? It sounds very far away is what I'm hearing, and it's very soft and not clear.
Is that better for everyone now?
Yes, better now. Cool. Alrighty, excellent. So just to get started, I just want to give you a little bit of background. I'm very new to the MFRC. This position of transitions the position I'm in is very new as well. So if any of you have been in this position a little bit longer than I have, don't hesitate to reach out and you know, help me out with anything that I might need as I try to assist our families coming into the NCR. So what I come up with are, you know, there's just so many steps to relocating. You have like that pre, when people are getting their messages, you get into the post, kind of like, well, not really post, but kind of during and when they've settled, and that kind of like that aftermath once they've arrived. There's a lot going on for families for that entire time. No news, I know, to anybody. No shockers there. Families, what I am finding is that they're very similar in what's happening, but it's also, they're also very, you know, equally different. So what works for some might not work for others. I guess it's just being really aware. If some of you are members, spouse members, would know that sometimes things, you know, work for some and don't work for others. So you know, keep that in mind. So this transition time is such a good way to connect. Regardless of which way your family's going. So whether you're connecting with them as they come in, or whether you're connecting them with the receiving MSRC, either way, I think it's great if you can meet in person, call, email, follow up. If you can do it all, awesome. We don't always have that time, but whatever time we do have, like make it count kind of thing. I think a lot of validation and reassurance for families is good, that, you know, things are going to work out. You know, being positive, you know, eventually things will settle, you know, be really solution-focused, think positive, be positive. I feel it's contagious. And some of us, it comes naturally, and some of us, we have to work a little bit more on that. But either way, I'm just kind of validating kind of where they're at. On my experience, this season has been Brookfield being a little bit of a, you know, a mess for some, not all, but some, so you know how we can kind of redirect that and still validate it at the same time. So families, when they arrive, in my experience, and again, I'm very new, but they don't always know what they need, especially even if it's not their first time relocating, they may not always know what they need. So sometimes they'll come in and you're like, well, what do you need? But sometimes they don't even know. And if it's a first posting, well, friends, that's like a clean slate. That some of us in our jobs or in our life experiences can kind of speak to, well, have you been thinking of that? Have you thought of that? Put it in the third person, you know, of what others are saying that has been helpful. Maybe this might be helpful for you to kind of provide, just to kind of prompt the thinking around, I don't know what I need, what do I need? Some of us, on the basis, I'm going to do a shout out to Tonawalla, which I moved from this past year. Very different to coming to the National Capital Region. National Capital Region a little spread out, so there's no base. You know, we don't have the woodworking, we don't have the automotive club, we don't have the gym on base. There's a few things that are very different. So just a lot of validation and reassurance. Change is hard and change takes time. You know, but things usually settle. You know, again, just try to be really solution focused. So it's not uncommon for them to be feeling really overwhelmed. transitions come easier for some, and some take a little bit more time. So if you're noticing, if you're having a one-on-one, if you're having a phone conversation, if you can pick up on language, or if you're face-to-face, some body cues, which would lead you to believe that this person may not be as, and I don't mean to be, rude or to offend anyone, but if you pick up on someone who might need a little bit more assistance with this transition, please do, follow up and offer a little bit more kind of one-to-one if you can. If it fits your spectrum and what they value in that role. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. So I've made something to give away, if you will, to families. It's kind of tips and tricks on how to kind of plan their move, which I'm sure some of you have used, where you say, bring copies of your posting message, put it in a binder, make a binder, posting message, report card, emergency numbers, banking, lawyers, all those sorts of things. Your bills, when you're canceling all out of your Rogers and your Bell and whatever else. Have all that in a binder because, well, as most of us know, there's a lot of boxes. So you want to just keep that one a bit handier with you on your person even. I do suggest purge. All depends where they are in their move, of course, if they're just finding out and they're overwhelmed. I do suggest a purge, which can be really tough for some people. I know for myself, as a military spouse, we do become very attached to our things. But be patient, be supportive. We have to, as military members, have to give up sometimes so much. So we tend to want to keep everything else that we can kind of have power and control over. So just be really patient with people. If they're like, no, I can't get rid of anything, I'm coming from a desert house, and they just want to keep everything. I get it. So research a new area. I often will suggest to families, on their own, if they can, I say if they can, everyone can, but sometimes it's very overwhelming. So you can kind of offer that. I'll offer. Is there anything you want to know about your area? You want to go to schools, walking clinics, dog parks. Like for me, it's whatever's going to meet their needs at the time. If they think of what is important to them at that moment is a dog park, then so be it. I might be thinking something else, but it's not for me to decide what they need at that time. So just kind of pace yourself with them and offer some suggestions. Have you thought about this? Child care is a big thing. I always will suggest get your children's names on waiting lists. Waiting lists can be long. Because most people say, well, I don't know where we're going to live yet. It's pretty widespread in our area. And I know we're not the only area that is. I think Toronto is a bit tricky that way as well. But put your names on the wait list and just let them sit there. It's fine. And when you've decided where you live, and just pull the names off. But I suggest things like get your vehicles tubed up before you come. Refill prescriptions is another good one because that's always people have medical needs sometimes, and finding a family doctor is not always an obvious thing. But walk in and there's emergency rooms. I get that, but I'll kind of suggest that for some. Thinking about buying less and using more, so it's like empty that freezer. Again, all depending where they are. This kind of reflects more to that free, like you're just getting your posting message, now what do I do kind of thing. But change your address. Make sure when the movers come, get your first aid box where your remotes are in there. You've got some garbage bags and scissors and wipes, things that you might need. Toilet paper, soap to have a shower, just those friendly things that they might need right away when they do arrive. Any questions so far? Can everyone still hear me okay? Jonathan, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you just fine. It seems like people can hear you okay.
That's good. All right. Often in that first day box, I'll suggest, put your favorite coffee mug in there. And sometimes it's those small things that kind of ground us a bit. So just having that favorite coffee mug sometimes. And if there's relocation with children, again, things that they will be familiar with, something new even, to keep their interest. But, keep your bolts and screws labeled and together, those little things. and another lifesaver for me, because I'm just not techie at all, how things are wired, like your TV, your I'll say VCR, that's because it gives my age away, but that's okay. But all the DVD players and things like that, anything that's kind of plugged in, take a picture of it, because I'm not going to know how to put that together again. So I take a picture. But anyway, other than that, if you have access to the posting message, reach out. We here in the NCR, we do get the posting messages. So I try to keep in mind the COS date. And keep in mind that they can kind of change that by 30 days before and after. So I try to reach them before they actually get on the road and things get really too hectic for them. But if that's not possible, I mean, connected is never too late to connect. Ask them kind of like, again, what they need. Don't assume what they need. Be available, or if you can, at least present that way, even though you know your schedule is quite busy. Try to present, I'm available whenever something pops up. People do need things at different times. Let them know that you're there every step of the way, even like months after they've arrived, to reach out if they need anything. So that is kind of like the welcome email. Once you get the posting messages, a welcome email will kind of go out with our welcome package. And I don't know if Jonathan's going to put up the welcome package. It's virtual for us. We don't have like that paper file, so once we get the posting messages in our first contact we're sending is a very, very nice welcome letter, kind of like, hi, my name is Joanne, introduce myself, I'm thrilled that, that you're arriving with you and your family, and we send, and there's more written in the email. If anybody wants to know more in detail, I can definitely chat for Canada, so just email me privately, I guess. But just whatever you want to say in that very warm, welcome, reassuring email. Attach the welcome package. I don't see it yet, Jonathan, but it may come up. But it's just a link, and then people can go to the link. Anything else that you feel is useful, I'll often put the family information, the FIL line in there. Anything that newsletter, calendar, some upcoming events. Different things that I'll put in there if I haven't already spoke to them and know exactly what they need. So some are going to be tailored to what they need. Some are just going to be kind of generic and everyone gets the same thing. Thanks, Jonathan, I can see it now. But, yeah, so if I have a one-to-one, which people walk in and kind of, I have a time to sit with them, have a coffee, and kind of get some information. If I can, well, I take notes, so if I can remember something in the story that we've chatted about, in my email, I'll make sure I reconnect that. So whether it be the family dog or, anything that so-and-so is starting university, I'll just like, best of luck to so-and-so, use their names at university kind of thing. I don't know, it just makes it really personal, in my opinion, but people might think that otherwise, and that's okay. Other than that, I always ask if they would like a follow-up, because I do like to follow up a couple of months after they've kind of arrived, which has been, feedback's been really good. The first initial email has been well received. The follow-up emails, which I've already got now, are also being well received. So hopefully you'll experience the same, good feedback. And I think lastly, the thing I've been trying to do to connect with families and bring them information about our services and a little bit of what's in the community, which I'm still working on, but definitely our services, is we had started Facebook Live, which scares a lot of people. I'm not going to lie, I was pretty nervous the first time I did it as well. So Facebook Live, I would just pick someone in our organization to speak. So whether it be our Birth to 18, which is our kind of like a child care services, if you will, or the second language training coordinator. So we would sit down and we would do a live Facebook Live. People could log in. They could ask their questions if they had some. They could just sit and listen if they wanted to. We would do draws at that time to promote views, I guess, as well. But I mean, it's just people are viewing and asking questions. It's just a chance to connect the MFRC with the members of their families. but it's to provide information on the services. So the internet here sometimes is a bit tricky. So we've now switched to just a YouTube video. So you can check out the Facebook page. There'll probably be one, two, maybe three Facebook Lives on there. You can kind of see what that's all about. The YouTube videos are as well. You can try to Google that, and not Google it or whatever YouTube it is. And the next thing we're going to go is to podcasts. Apparently that's pretty trendy. I don't know. That's what the youngins over here are telling me. So we're going to go to podcasts. Anybody have any questions yet? Anything new that I've shared that you think is kind of cool? I kind of would like to know that. But if it's just all old school stuff, that's okay too.
Yeah, for those people on the line, what would fall in the top 3 best events or best ways of supporting families relocating that you might have? It might be tips, it might be events, it might be some sort of tool like a welcome package. Feel free to write that in the chat.
I am noticing on the, now that I've actually looked up from some of the pages I had in front of me, it says, we just lost posting messages. That's a bummer. That certainly decreases the likelihood of being able to connect with some of the families for sure. And I'm not sure, it's probably above my pay grade, thinking it might be above yours, I'm not sure, to kind of, perhaps get support, to kind of get access to those messages again. Somebody was asking about, do I only have contact with families after they have arrived or on their HHT? So if I can connect based on their COS date on the posting message, if I can connect prior, I mean, it's a busy time through HHT. I know I've been through it. You're really just trying to find a school, you're trying to find childcare, you're trying to find like a place to live. So they may or may not always have time to come in, but I definitely invite them in. Welcome them in, drop in anytime, I'll make time. And I do, and a lot of them do come in, which is great, and I love it, but not everyone can, and I get that. So they'll often say, when we arrive, I'll come back in, and then I'll follow up, because, it's just kind of how I do business. And then it says, which base are you from? So it's not really a base, I guess, for me. Which base are you from, Nancy? I don't know.
Yeah, so if you scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta go further.
Maud mentions that they have a welcome package up to date with our welcoming party, where all families are invited.
So is it kind of like an open house? Great. Yeah, okay. So we've done coffees on the go, or like where we've invited families during HHT to drop by, and at any time to do like a coffee and chat. For sure, we've done that for a few months. Great way to connect, share information. Absolutely. I love those meet and greets. We do, sometimes we'll do dinners, sometimes we'll do like trivia night. And we just like to be inclusive. So when we do our call-outs, it's not just to our new arriving families, it's for everybody. So we can try to connect. But we do things that are exclusive just to our new families as well. Because they kind of need, I know for myself, in my experience, I know I like to connect with someone who's kind of going through the same thing as me. I'm not someone who's lived here for a number of years, not right out the gate. I do eventually want to get there. But sometimes right out the gate, I just want to talk to somebody who's kind of going through the same, that's me kind of thing. So, yeah. Any other questions or ideas you want to share with me? So I'm just going to talk about just quickly about like a follow-up call, the follow-up email. I don't know if the first email is clear or not, but maybe I should start with that. But it just kind of says, like in the subject line, I'll put welcome, bienvenue. And again, once I start the email, it'll be like hello, bonjour. And that's like, my name is Joanne, Transitions Coordinator here at your new MFRC in the NCR. I'm thrilled to hear that you and your family are joining us. Or maybe you've already arrived. Let me be one of the first to welcome you. My hope is. That's kind of how mine starts. So the follow-up email, the one I did in the fall, it actually started with, hello, bonjour again, but it says happy fall. Just checking in today, see how everyone is settling into their new homes, kids in new schools, and I'm hoping that everyone's finding their way around the city. Again, this is tailored to Ottawa and Gatineau because it's bigger. I can't refer back to Petawawa. So, if it doesn't make any sense finding your way around, Petawawa is pretty easy peasy, but then again, it might not be for someone who's overwhelmed and, trying to find their way. So, I take this opportunity, the letter continues, the email continues, I take this opportunity to see if anyone needs anything, if anyone has any resources they've discovered that they want to share. An additional moment to add, I'll put up some upcoming events that are coming in the fall if anyone's interested. And I'll also add a few things that are actually going on in the city, but within the community, because we really want to connect our members and families to the community as well, not just with our services. I usually try to do a lunch and learn, so I guess I really hadn't talked about that yet, but in my follow-up email, there's usually an invite to a lunch and learn. Actually, it's going to be a dessert drop-in this time. But it's just a chance for anyone who's new and anyone who's been here to share resources of anything from a mechanic to a restaurant, and where's a good barber, for some of our members, it's where can you get, a good haircut. For women as well, or spouses, not all are men, but women like to know certain things too around, for me, talking about myself right now, but where I get my hair done, where I get my nails done, things like that. And they're just those nice comfort things that we get a good cup of coffee, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what happens at the Lunch and Learn. But, and that's kind of all I really had, I might be missing something, but just connect, be warm, be welcome, be positive, be reassuring, and try to, reach out and, invite and be inclusive to as many, families as you can. We do events all through the year after that. We did a Thanksgiving potluck in October for Thanksgiving. And it was lovely because for me, I remember arriving to the NCR. It was that first holiday, family holiday, which we've gone through many of them. I only speak about myself personally, but did through many Thanksgivings away from home. But when you're in a brand new place, you haven't made those friends and neighbors yet. So it was an opportunity for those, who felt the urge to come out to have a nice Thanksgiving dinner. We had 3 turkeys. We had a barbecue turkey, a deep-fried turkey, and an oven-roasted turkey. It was delicious. It was so awesome. And we had about 60 people come out. So, those events just want to, try to meet everybody's needs. And even though we don't know what they are, we try to figure that out as we go. And stay tuned, mes amis. That's it for me today, my friends. I encourage everyone to do this, let me tell you.
All right. That's excellent.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay, well, if there's no other...
spaghetti supper, I like that one.
Yeah. If there's no other questions or comments... looks like Elaine just wrote something in the chat.
Yeah. I love what everyone else is doing. I'm totally stealing all your ideas.
Yeah. It's one of the great things about these web exchanges is you always get a few new ideas that you might
I know, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I find it tricky, and I would ask the lady with, let me see, who was the spaghetti supper? Let me go back to that was. Was it Ashley? Yeah, Ashley. So something about the welcome spaghetti supper. So for us, what's tricky is around food. You need like a food handling certification. So I'm not sure if the rules are all the same everywhere, and if you have like a kitchen on site, or is it something that comes, like, is it somewhere else that you host it? I don't know if Ashley's still online.
Yeah, she is. It looks like she probably holds it on site.
Oh, perfect. Which is great.
Oh,
the
organization. There you go.
Oh, nice. Here we go. Yeah. This is so nice. I like the guided bus ride. Now, we have done that. We have tried to do it this year again. But we also like the bus tour. We're going to do a virtual tour. That's coming up for the new season. So I'm gonna tour around with you like JoJo in the city, and I'm gonna go take some pictures and some footage with the comms people, and kind of make a video of our surrounding areas for families. But we love the guided bus tour for sure. Downtown. I love that idea.
All right. Well, that's excellent. Thank you so much for everyone for offering your ideas here. I've been trying to write them down feverishly as you put them down in the chat. And just keep in mind that this is also being recorded, so I'll make sure I send you the link to the video once that's up on the website. And
I didn't know that, Jonathan.
Yeah, that's
full
right.
Disclosure.
Yeah, full disclosure. That's right. So I can always cut out parts, but I don't think you need any parts cut out.
Oh, you're so kind. I just wanted to, just before we go, from Stufffield, I was saying about the neighborhood buddy volunteer position.
Okay.
Is that like, because we were going to do like a mentor, like so a family that's already been here. I thought about that last year when I first came in. It isn't up and running yet, but it's how can we partner a family that's already lived here with a new arriving family. So is that what the neighborhood buddy thing is? Or is that like the welcome wagon? It says the buddy will visit the new family.
So Elaine said sort of.
Okay, because it talks about the point of call, so it is kind of, so if they needed something or had a question, they could also call that point of contact. So yeah, no, I love the partnering up with a family who's willing to,
Okay. So basically, Elaine, if you feel comfortable with that, or anyone else, if you have some ideas, like the kinds of ideas that you've already brought up here during the chat, and you have some sort of poster about it, or description about it, or pictures from it, feel free to send them to me, and I'll upload them to the website as well. And
transitions at mfrc-npr.ca, you can float them my way. I would love everyone's ideas. So awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'll make sure I send it around to everyone. Yeah.
Awesome.
And you can see up on the screen here as well. If you have any questions specifically for Joanne, then feel free to send them to her at the email here on the screen. So thanks so much to everyone today, and especially Joanne for taking us through some of the ways that she helps families relocating in the NPR. So Joanne, if you could just stay on the line, let everybody else have a fantastic day, and we'll see you at the next web exchange.
Bye, everybody. Thanks so much.